In one of my previous videos, we spent time talking about the crazy plane lady Tiffany Gomas. In that video, we were able to break down what it looked like from a camera perspective, what it looked like from her perspective, what happened prior to the viral video going out, and her rebranding herself afterwards. Come to find out, there was a crazy event that happened in Croatia, and a boxer by the name of Cowling who had a similar incident. Now, we're going to cue that video up right now and take a watch together.
Yo! Hey, mate, everyone is, come on, please. Yo! Marco and Tony are out in short time.
Look at everyone filming, man. What's wrong? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo! Yo, 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 yo. Yo!
Get him out.
What the fuck is happening right now?
And then just for reference, I want to watch the Tiffany Gomas video with you folks again. I know most people have seen this. I've played it on my channel, but we are going to use these two videos to highlight some of the similarities that go on with this. And I'm going to compare my thoughts to my previous video to now what I think after I see the Cowling video. So let's watch the crazy plane lady video now.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can...
All right, and before we get started, welcome back to my channel for all you folks that have been here already. For all you new folks, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I would love to hear a comment on how we can make the videos better or how we can make your viewing pleasure better. And hit that like because we want to get this video out to as many people as possible as we are working hard to get monetized. That requires a minimum of 1,000 subs, and we're going to be well on our way this year. So, another thing I want to get done before we get into the video, this idea did come from one of our community members, and it is no context whatsoever, so I do appreciate that. I did put it up on the screen so you folks could see it. Now let's jump into the video. All right, let's talk a little bit about Cowling. So prior to this incident, Cowling was a boxer. He had 10 wins, 0 losses, and 3 KOs. His family had said that he was a born-again Christian, he was eating clean, led a clean lifestyle, and this incident here was way out of context for him. They also had mentioned that he doesn't do drugs, he doesn't drink alcohol, or do anything of the sort that's going to alter his mind as it is today. To me, he sounds like an everyday athlete who is honed on trying to become the best person that he can and to be the best in his sport, and he's well on his way. Well, if you go to July 4th, and in Croatia on a Ryanair flight, all of a sudden, Tom loses his mind, and that's what we saw in the video. Keep in mind, this guy is a boxer. He's 10-0-3. He knows how to throw his hand. He knows how to hurt people. He gets up, and for whatever reason, he saw something that he doesn't really explain. He freaks out, starts yelling a little bit, and then a couple people tackle him to the ground. Now, is this crazy? Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. When you first see it, very much like the Tiffany Gomas video, it looks like he may have been intoxicated. His family even allude to that maybe something that he had eaten or drank was spiked with a drug at some point before he got onto the plane, but we're just not quite sure. Additionally, what stands out to me is that when he is getting tackled by those two gentlemen in the video that you see here, you don't ever see him swing a punch. You don't ever see him show aggression towards those people, right? Again, we know that he can fight. We know that he is capable of knocking people out. Some random Joe like me going up against Cowling would end up getting knocked out very quickly. He doesn't try to do that. As a matter of fact, when you see him get taken down, it almost looks as if he's trying not to hurt the people that are trying to take him down, but he is trying to get off of that plane. Now, there's been no statement as to what he saw or what was going through his mind at that time. I think one of the things that we could all agree on, and if not, please leave a comment down below, it looked like Tom Cowling's mission was to get off that plane, and he was ready to do whatever it takes to get off that plane, with the exception of hurting other people around him. So what did Tom Cowling see? What happened to Tom Cowling? What do you think happened to Tom Cowling? Was it drug-induced? Was it alcohol-induced? Was it stress? Was it the lack of rest that he may or may not have had? Was it the country he was in? Was it the people around him? These are all great questions that haven't been answered. So now I want to turn your attention to some of the similarities in both of those videos, and I will then go into what my thoughts are with both of them being compared. So if you look at Tiffany and you look at Tom side by side, both of them suddenly wanted to get off the plane that was on the tarmac. They did not want those planes to get up in the air. They were willing to do whatever they needed to do and throw the biggest fit that they could to make sure that they could get off of that plane. Now, neither one did anything to harm another individual. You could make the argument that Tiffany Gomas did push a passenger that did not go on to charge her with assault because he felt like he was pushed out of the way, but she never actively hit a passenger that essentially led to assault. And you see in the video with Tom, he never actively hit a passenger as well. He's just trying to push his way through, much like Tiffany Gomas. So what were they running away from? Now, there's a lot of speculation out there. Very much like many of the fans of true crime in this community, I love a good conspiracy. But over the years, I have found myself trying to break conspiracies down so I can tell the difference between reality and things that just may not be real. Now, in some cases, conspiracy theories still stand out. In other cases, it's easy to close them down. In this case, I am very curious to know, what did Tom and Tiffany see? Neither one of them are coming out and breaking their silence on what made them freak out that day. Both of them have claimed that they weren't intoxicated in any way, or at least not knowingly. Both of them looked very scared when they were trying to get off the plane, willing to do whatever it takes to get the attention of anybody that had the power to be able to stop that plane and even open the door to let them out. Both took quite a bit of time before even coming out in public. Neither one has come out in public and said what the incident was, so a lot of it's speculation at this point. Now, some people on the internet have said that maybe they had seen a ghost. That's a very real possibility. Some have said maybe they seen a terrorist on the plane. Very real possibility. Some say that it could have been something totally different. Could have been something where they were arguing with somebody or they didn't change seats with somebody. Whatever the case might be, those two people did not want to be in the air on the very flight that they were on. What's even crazier is this happened so close together. What is happening with our airlines? What do you think happened? What do you think freaked them out? For me, this changes the way that I approach the whole Tiffany Gomas case, because originally in the Tiffany Gomas case, when I saw the video that went viral, it just looked so staged to me, the way that she walks down the aisle, she stops, moves out of frame, comes back into frame, really hits that dramatic pause, states her business, turns back around, leaves the frame, comes back into the frame, and then points at somebody, and then everybody on the airline looks back. Well, that has kind of changed. Based off of my last video, you did see what happened prior to that, and you saw that she was walking up and down the aisle trying to get off, and she was very much like Tom Cowling, where she was trying to force her way off, but she was trying to do it without hurting people. But you could tell that she was 100% scared. Now that I go back and watch the video, I think that she's doing a very good job of rebranding herself today, and she was able to take an incident that had happened in what she calls not her best moment, and she's been able to come out and build her social media platforms. Now, for me, her coming out of marketing, that tells me that, hey, maybe that she had staged this. Now, I've changed my mind on this for a couple of different reasons. Watching both the videos together, we know that both of them, Tiffany and Tom, are both at the height of their careers in their professions. Tom, being a boxer, typically is going to have great eye coordination, is going to do a lot of training, is going to be very physically fit. Tiffany Gomas, 15 years as an executive in marketing, is going to be very smart, is going to understand what's going on around her, and is going to look at the world a little bit differently. Both, you could say, were at the top of their professions, which would allude to being in their right minds for most of the time and having a momentary lapse in judgment, or they saw something that they just don't want to share. So for me, I'm still curious to hear from either one. What did they think they saw? Or what did they really see? And what's going to come out from this? Because when you compare the two videos, they are eerily similar. The difference being Tiffany Gomas got a lot more views than what Thomas Cowling did. Now do keep in mind, his video still went viral. There were still 2.5 million views for his video when I saw it. So there's a lot of people that have seen this, but I haven't seen anywhere that they've compared the two videos and really tried to isolate what was going on these flights. So again, I'm going to digress to you. I want to hear from you down in the comments. I know that we've heard the ghost theories. I know we've heard some of the terrorist theories. I've heard drug theories. I've heard alcohol theories. I'm not saying that I have one theory over another. I am saying that this is very similar in what had happened. And to me, I'm retracting any thoughts that I had in the past that this could have been a publicity stunt, just because the two videos are so similar and we've got two different people from two different worlds on an airline that lives a very similar moment in time and are unable to explain what was going on. So based off of that, I want to hear from you. Do you think that the videos are similar? Do you think that they play hand in hand with each other? Or do you think that I'm just absolutely crazy? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. For me, I think that this puts it into a lot more perspective, and I am curious to hear from you folks. I wouldn't even have known about the Tom Cowling video if it wasn't for no context whatsoever, who is a part of our community, who brought this forward and made me do some research on it. So again, I want to thank you for that. So that being said, that's what I have for you in this video. I hope to hear from you. We are rebranding the channel. Please check out that video. Would love some ideas on some names and on what we can do to make everything better. This week, I do get my sound panels, so we should get a little bit of echo that's going to go away from our microphone, which will be great. That being said, I'm your host, Tim Sahlberg. Thank you for watching this video. If you're with me this long, again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment. Let's blow these videos up and grow the community together. Have a wonderful week.